No one in the West.
Nah, I'm fine in the West.
It feels like it was just yesterday when we were all mocking Ja Morant based on his fine in the West comments. But at the time, it was all just lighthearted, friendly basketball banters and jests. You know, it was all within the lines of basketball at the time. Now, however, things have turned to the worst for the 23-year-old guard out of South Carolina. As we all know by now, he recently uploaded yet another Instagram video of him acting like a thug, and because of that, his stock is now spiraling down and out of control. I mean, at this current rate, the sensational electric guard who once took the NBA by storm is going to, well, let's get into that immediately because, ladies and gentlemen, things are not looking good for Ja Morant. Y'all remember Morant's Grizzlies in 7 chant, or him saying that he wants the Warriors on Christmas Day, or him saying that he's fine in the West. Well, I'm sure Grizzlies fans loved it, and honestly at the time, he was slowly turning into one of the future faces of the NBA. Saying things like those showed us that, although he appeared crazy to us all, that he had all the confidence in the world. Ever since then, however, look at the string of incidents that the young guard has gotten notoriety from. He threatened a random troll on Twitter, he fought a security guard at a mall, then he followed that up and roughed up a 17-year-old at a pickup game. Then later, members of his entourage threatened the staff of the Pacers. Then after that, he had an incident at a nightclub where he showed a weapon on Instagram. And although he didn't break any actual law, that's where the league stepped in and said, enough is enough. He had a one-on-one heart-to-heart with Adam Silver, which then led to an 8-game suspension, and everything seemed to be in the rearview mirror as he apologized to the NBA world, and that was where things were supposed to end. But, no. He was seen yet again on Instagram Live with a weapon. Sheesh, guys. You know, he just came off a season where he averaged 26 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists, and got his team all the way to the 2nd seed in the West. About a decade ago, this would have been good enough to win the MVP, but this year in 2023, because of all his off-the-court antics, he didn't even make the All-NBA 3rd team. And you know what that cost him? About $40 million, guys. Yeah, that's right. His $191 million contract would have been valued at $233 million if he had made any of the All-NBA teams. But instead, he did this and missed out on a bag. And speaking of bags, it wasn't just his contract. I mean, following the latest incident, the Ja Morant signature shoes have been removed from Nike's online store. Man, oh man. According to what I read online, that's another $12 million gone. And for what? An Instagram Live. How crazy is that? Anyway, Adam Silver recently did a little segment regarding this incident, and he looked absolutely perplexed and sad. And he should be, because like I said earlier, he literally just had a one-on-one meeting with Ja about 2 months ago and felt that they had really understood each other. But then, this happens. You know, after watching and listening to people with a bit of knowledge on this, it seems that as of the moment, Ja's punishment is going to be huge. The first time he was suspended 8 games without pay, and now this is what I'm hearing from multiple sources.
You know, we'll see you in January. 40 games. Show some toughness. Don't be friends with the players. Show some toughness. If you want to be considered the league that does the right thing in here is I'll see you at the halfway mark.
Half the season, guys. It looks like Ja Morant is going to be suspended half the season. Sheesh. I know that's half the season for Ja Morant, but look, that's honestly going to cost the Memphis Grizzlies their entire 2024 season. I mean, how's that even going to work out for them as they try and build out their team for the first half of their year without their superstar? So the Grizzlies went 11-10 without Ja Morant in their lineup in 2023, and going forward in 2024, the league is only getting better too. Will the Grizzlies miss the playoffs completely? I mean, let's take a quick look at the Western Conference. The Nuggets aren't going anywhere. The Kings are on the rise. The Suns have Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, so they aren't going anywhere either. The Warriors are going to retool and get back in that championship conversation. The Lakers will probably form a big three with AD, LeBron, and Kyrie. The Clippers are going to run things back with Kawhi. A healthy Timberwolves team is quite formidable too. Then SGA, who was voted to the All-NBA first team, is going to get Chet Holmgren back in the lineup. the Pelicans are going to get back a healthy Zion. When it comes to the Mavericks, I'd bet that Luka is going to make another push. Then after all that, Victor Wembanyama is finally going to enter the picture. So that's 11 teams right there that are all playoff contenders. 2024 will probably be like 2023, where you have several teams fighting for play-in positions as the year winds down. And if the Grizzlies don't have Morant for the first half of the season, where the heck is that going to put them? I mean, the best possible outcome is for them to fight for a play-in position where they'll either get knocked out there or get knocked out by the number 1 seed in the first round. And if that happens, Ja Morant will be 1 year older at age 25 with his crazy playing style. The question is, how much longer can he play like this? And another big question after that is, how much longer can the core of the Grizzlies continue playing together? Desmond Bane is in the last year of his guaranteed contract next year, so I'm sure that the year after that, based on his star status, he'll be requesting a lot more money. Could the small market Grizzlies afford to pay him and build a deep roster? These are just some of the puzzling questions that Memphis has to work around now because of the situation Ja Morant got himself into. Then, on top of all this, what if he gets himself into more trouble in the near future? With the way things are currently trending, although we'd all love to see him off the news and on the basketball court, I don't think anybody would feel the same betting on him to get his act together. Honestly, at this point, Ja Morant looks like he could possibly be headed into deep waters because, like I said, his style of play doesn't really bode well as he ages. He's always crashing into the floor, and he doesn't shoot efficiently from the outside either. Then when you couple this with his off-the-court antics, you ask yourself the question, is this the player that the Memphis Grizzlies are truly going to want to build around? You know, despite me joking about Ja and Dillon Brooks all season because of the rivalry they have with the Warriors, I really do hope they turn things around. I know Brooks is already off the team, but he just made the all-defensive second team, so I'm sure that some team in China will want him on their roster. Nah, I'm just kidding. I hope some NBA team will pick him up this offseason, and when it comes to Ja, I hope he really does turn his career around because despite the negativity that we see of him online, there's also a bunch of positives. Like the time he FaceTimed a fan because a ref ejected him for talking to her. Like the time he signed his jersey and shoes for a young Grizzlies fan after she had her signed ball stolen. Like the time he signed his signature shoes and gave it away to a fan, which gave the kid the experience of a lifetime. This is actually just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the positive impact Ja has done around the basketball community, and I think that's something that all basketball fans can respect. So going forward, Ja Morant should definitely stay off Instagram Live. He needs to surround himself with new people, and then on top of all that, he needs to get back into the lab because, like I said, his play style, number 1, isn't going to win a championship, and number 2 is going to shorten his career. Then after that, we go back to that all-important question. Is Ja Morant going to be fine in the West? Objectively speaking, probably not. I mean, with Zion, Luka, and now Wembanyama in the league, Ja Morant probably isn't fine in his own division for Pete's sake. But anyway, how do y'all see Ja Morant's career going from here? Let me know in the comments down below, then click this video afterwards.